Welcome back. Today we help this poor man on his quest to stupid questions. Instead of just answering him outright, I figured it'd be a little more fun to help him understand the degree of idiocy he's diving into. Grab a chair and a drink. Here we go.
So I feel like there's been a resurgence of the word feminist. Whether it's Katy Perry, Beyonce, Emma Watson, that word is in the pop culture discussion at the moment.
Yeah, when a little kid pitches a fit, the grown-up usually looks around to see what's going on.
The question I'm wondering is, can a man be a feminist?
Okay, I know in the beginning I said I wasn't going to, but yes they can. The same way a man can be a circus clown or just simply be stupid. We prefer you to be a circus clown though.
And if so, are we even welcome?
I decided to ask men on the streets of Los Angeles one question.
Because you figure wandering the streets of LA, you're going to find well-informed individuals in which to extrapolate the opinions of all men.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
I don't consider myself a feminist because, you know, I'm masculine.
I kind of like this guy. He doesn't need feminists telling him that it's not okay to be masculine. It's his fucking choice, and feminism shouldn't tell him that it's not okay to be proud of that.
Are you a feminist?
No.
What do you mean by that? Not at all. Hey, you're a comedian, man. This guy's funny.
I know, right? He's kind of like that circus clown I mentioned earlier. He just needs the face paint to go with the stupid question.
I treat females as equal to males, so I don't really feel that I need to be pro-female and putting females ahead of males.
Holy fucking shit. It's like seeing a unicorn. This guy has some common sense and a brain. Good for you, sir. You're my hero of the day.
No.
Why not?
I'm not a woman.
You better be glad they didn't post your name up here. You'd have blood-covered psychopaths throwing used tampons at your house later.
Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking that I edited this down, that not everyone I asked answered no. But you'd be wrong. Every single male either said no or was unsure what feminism even meant.
So you only asked a total of 6 guys you ran into. That's a pretty slim number for a survey if you're trying to prove a point. You sure you didn't edit this down? If you didn't, it's just making you look, well, lazy. You're a sad, lazy clown.
So I decided to speak with Dr. Juliet Williams, a professor at UCLA's Department of Gender Studies.
You know, I did gender studies too, in biology in elementary school. Wait, you mean to tell me this woman has a career in identifying the differences between a penis and a vagina? She must be a perv. That explains the look on her face. Fucking creepy.
A central message of feminism from the very start has been that gender inequality and the gender system as a whole isn't just bad for women, it's very bad for men too.
Unless you're for the fucking patriarchy. But no, the stance of the feminist cult is that men already have it too good and they need to share their cake with everyone. Also, the only gender system I know about that's in place is at birth, to identify which one you belong to. Based solely on genitalia, this doesn't form a social outline for you or construct for your life. It merely indicates what means of reproduction and physiology you've been born with.
It saddles men and women with so many limiting stereotypes, whether it's for women, the idea that you have to be pretty and motherly and shy and quiet, or
where the fuck is this thing or stone tablet that has it written down that based on your gender you have to act a certain way? Where are the armies that inhibit you from going against this magical system? These attributes just happen to be the most common among a gender. It doesn't mean that one has to follow these examples or we will stone them to death for being different. It's like complaining that frogs like to hop. It's a social construct from the amphibious patriarchy. They're being oppressed, otherwise they would have to walk around like other creatures do.
for men, this idea that in order to have social value, you have to be aggressive and competitive and angry, and all these expectations that we now know cause so much suffering.
To have social value, you have to contribute something useful to society. Being aggressive and competitive is how progression is made. Do you realize how much technology advanced in the pursuit to outshine the other guys? Yes, it was used for war, but it has also been used to advance fields like medicine and education. Great suffering was endured for the price of these advancements, but it was not this pampered generation that did the suffering. Your sorry ass would still be in the dark rubbing sticks together for some heat, wishing you'd tried a little harder to catch some food to eat if it wasn't for all this shit you're against.
I've seen young men suffering from mental illness.
I've seen young girls suffering from mental illness too. I'm watching one right now. Poor thing has no idea either, suffering from delusions and hallucinations of inequality.
Unable to ask for help, for fear it would make them less of a man.
Maybe you should stop supporting the stereotype. Personally, if someone asks me for help, I'm more than willing to lend a hand. I don't care if they're a man or a woman. I just see a human in need of help.
Or less of a man.
This is a movement that is by, for, and about women, but it's also very much something that men are welcome to participate in, and in fact that we need everyone, man, woman, and child, to be on board with this.
See, this right here is why everybody thinks you're a self-centered cult. It's for and about a particular group, but everyone needs to be on board with it. We wouldn't want people speaking out against it or thinking for themselves. And fuck all if you want to help somebody outside of this group.
How can we affect change in the world when only half of it is invited or feel welcome to participate in the conversation? Men, I would like to take this opportunity to extend your formal invitation.
You entitled bitch. Oh, thank you, great overlord, for the invitation, since we didn't already have the right as humans to join it. Now we've got your permission, I'm sure our side of the argument will be heard as well, and equality will be restored. I'm sorry, I'm not mocking her because she's a woman or where she's from. I just can't help but mock absurdly stupid ideas and statements. And just how oppressed do you have to be to get a conference for your speech with news coverage on television?
I dare say, fucking patriarchy is being lazy as fuck again. One managed to slip through the crack, boys.
Being a straight cisgender man and not identifying as feminist is an incredibly fragile state of being to be in.
Because a certain cult has directed so much hate towards this particular kind of person. Reminds you of anything?
I decided to ask some of my friends who are feminists what exactly being a feminist means to them.
Traditional masculinity is very dehumanizing to men.
Want to know what I've traditionally seen masculinity portrayed as? Strong and caring, willing to fight and die for those around you. Appearing strong to reassure people around you that everything is going to be okay and putting them at ease. Being a provider and defender for those who have trouble providing and defending themselves. You tell me which one of those attributes I've been exposed to I shouldn't aspire to have for the betterment of those around me. Should I be a selfish twat demanding everyone's attention and support? If I don't need it, and I can be of some help to those that do, should I still be a self-centered asshole and take more than I need for myself? If I do, then who will be left to do the giving and caring? Are you going to provide me with all that I need? If you do, who will do the same for you? Personally, I think the same thing for femininity. I believe those two words are only separate so individuals can relate to them more. Both describe being the best quality of person that you can be.
It sort of paints us as impervious, emotionless, strong, hardy creatures.
Did you read the Feminist Handbook on Masculinity? You did, huh?
I understand why some guys would see feminism as being intruding to their masculinity, but I've never really identified with traditional masculinity. My parents are two psychology majors.
They must be really bad at their jobs if you're feminist. Or they just don't care. You might want to actually have a talk with them.
I have 3 sisters I love. I have an amazing mother. I'm in a great relationship with a wonderful woman. And besides that, it's just no shit. I keep saying that, but no, honestly, it should be such a non-issue.
I have a mother, and I grew up with 2 sisters. I love them more than I could really express. Feminism should be a non-issue. No man ever held any of them back or oppressed them. If they did, I wouldn't even have to kick anyone's ass because they would have already beat me to it. You can't keep a strong woman down any more than you can keep a strong man down. Being a certain gender is no excuse for a weakness of your character. You choose to lay down and die or get up and fight.
My grandmother passed away and my mother passed away. They were such a huge example, not just to lead as a woman, but as a person, as, being compassionate and being understanding and being a listener.
So what you're saying is them being female actually had nothing to do with it. Each person makes choices to do bad or good with the knowledge they have to the best of their reasoning and ability. This is what shapes their character, not some cult chanting on a campus for equality.
Feminism allows men to admit weakness and insecurity and sort of like give ourselves some slack off of this totally unrealistic standard of masculinity that we've been presented.
It's not a natural thing for any creature to show weakness and insecurity. It's a survival instinct. Feminism doesn't allow shit. They have no authority on what a person can or cannot show. That also is a basic human right, freedom of expression. You act like feminists are the peace police that can stop bad men from coming in your house and beating the hell out of you if you do these things.
So you're saying that men absolutely can be feminists and should be. And
I am saying that, and it's super surprising when they're not.
People can have common sense and educate themselves to the rights they have, and use them whenever they want. It's surprising to me when they don't. Fucking idiot. Well, that's the end of the video. Sadly, these poor people didn't learn a thing, but that's what happens when the question you're asking is a stupid one. I want you to keep in mind that feminism isn't any kind of authority, and you have your rights independent of what they would have you believe. If anyone prohibits you from exercising your rights, I implore you, seek out your local authorities and report them. Until next time, have a wonderful day.